Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, students, maritime professionals, everybody from all across the world. You are watching the Future Skills Maritime 2020, FSM 2020 live now. And we are very happy to bring you this inaugural session of the Future Skills Maritime. Thank you for joining us from all corners of the world. And I hope you will stay engaged in the next 2 days to come over a lot of thought leadership sessions. We have a huge lineup of speakers, celebrities, maritime, powerful people from the maritime and beyond who will be taking you to a joyride and a huge learning experience over the next 2 days. I welcome the inaugural panel with us today, Captain Naveen Passey, former Chairman, Wallem India, Mumbai, and Roohi Ansari, Vice President, Business Development, HSBC. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Roohi. I will now want to give my opening address for the Future Skills Maritime 2020. Welcome to the Future Skills Maritime FSM 2020. I hope that all of you and your families are watching this program globally are safe and healthy. We have watched the COVID-19 spread around the world and at our homes. We are proud of how the maritime industry and the administration have responded to the difficult situations we are facing. While seafarers have been held up in ships, having to serve more than their time on board and beyond their contractual obligations due to the disruption in international flight schedules and quarantine processes, they have been stretched to their limits, both emotionally as well as physically. As a former seafarer myself, I do understand the huge contribution that a seafarer makes to keep the economy standing on its feet. Even during the coronavirus crisis, when the whole world was under lockdown and working from behind the confines of their homes, the shipping industry never stopped working. Maritime administration associations and various bodies all over the world understood that just thanking the seafarers for their work was not enough. They joined hands and exemplified their values of grit, ingenuity, care, unity, and service these past several months as they have addressed one hurdle after another in carrying out their collective mission of bringing seafarers back to their families in a safe condition of mental and physical health. The commitment of Government of India in this regard has been unthinkable. A very special mention is required for the contribution of our very own Director General of Shipping, Mr. Amitabh Kumar, and his team. The Director General of Shipping India had to rush for an urgent national level meeting at the last instant, and hence he could not be a part of this inaugural team. However, like we mentioned, we do have Captain Naveen Passey, who would be here after declaring the Future Skills Maritime FSM 2020 open. I would like to take this opportunity to give you all a brief glimpse of what this journey has been for our team, the Naval Connection, to organize the FSM 2020. We took some advantage out of the pandemic. Out of the gloom, we created a team specialized in creating events online. One of our specializations has always been virtual training, and we decided to organize a conference which deliberated on skill gaps and the challenges of the maritime industry with respect to its growth and propensity to provide gainful employment. In due course of our starting to work for the FSM 2020 for this event, we met up with various small and large-scale institutions from across the world, and we were amazed at their research into innovating technologies of the future. It was not just the innovation that is important, it is also necessity to blend well with the market demands. Technology is nothing if it does not resolve people issues and make things easier and simpler. So I met up with these amazing people who are working behind the scenes every day to make our maritime industry more conducive to attracting fresh minds from across different genres. You will have the opportunity to meet some of them at this event, FSM 2020, over 2 days. We would like to thank all our sponsors and supporters who have made this journey possible for us. At day end yesterday, we had a count of more than 40 countries from where participants have registered for this event, and this truly makes FSM a global event. Nothing could have been more possible without our speakers and who agreed to participate and share their views and experiences at the FSM. And we thank all of them for their engagement. We thank HSBC, without whose help and association this event would not have stood where it is now. Very soon after my address, you will get to hear Ms. Roohi Ansari, Vice President, Business Development HSBC, and she will give you a glimpse of what HSBC is doing dedicatedly for the mariners. We also would like to thank our supporting partners, Nautical Institute, ARI, Ocean Technologies, Group, Best Marine, Anglo Eastern, Bernard Schulte, Fosma, Masa, Benedict, IMI, MTG, IRS, Chitkara University, Marex Media, the list goes on. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us to bring the event to the global audience. I now would like to invite Roohi Ansari, Vice President of Business Development, HSBC, to say a few words. Roohi, stage is all yours now.
Thank you, Shoukat, and hello to everybody. I hope you and your families are safe, keeping well and safe in this pandemic. And like Shoukat rightly mentioned, the entire world and businesses came to a halt, but the shipping industry was still up and running. True heroes of the world, the shippies, mariners, keeping the show going. So, congratulations and thank you. Um, well, HSBC has always been actively involved in providing international mariner solutions. Over the years, we have been working with corporates, shipping industry, in the shipping industry, shipping companies, be it shipping institutes or the industry experts globally to understand the seafarer needs and challenges faced by our seafarers in order to be able to support their families from the banking perspective or financial perspective. We have been able to provide the right banking products and solutions from the retail banking per se in order to also better keep bettering our clients and the seafarer community. We have been creating and releasing mariners reports and surveys to provide the latest insights on the international taxation and to support them embark their careers. Um, Throughout this conference, of course, we'll be on and off chatting on how HSBC does add value to the lives and, make your life really convenient. Because you are most of the time away from your families. You work so hard, you're still away from your families. So there has to be somebody who's very trusted and to take care and manage your hard-earned money and finances and take care of your financial requirements, your family's financial requirements when you're away from them. HSBC is here to support you. Like we always say, we're very proud to have our global presence and very proud to be completely digital, which also means that you need not have to visit a branch. Everything is at literally zero cost to our seafarers. And seafarer community is one relationship that HSBC has truly and always valued uh, since the very beginning. HSBC has always been a preferred choice as a banker for our seafarer community, and thank you for that. The kind of feedback that we keep getting, Shoukat being also one of the customers of HSBC, loyal customers of HSBC, and the feedback that he has shared, his own feedback and as a customer, his experience with HSBC that he shares with his community further in the mariners bit is quite overwhelming. And we hope to continue giving you that, extending that support to all our seafarers, making your life really, really convenient and adding value from our end to make your life as easy as possible and take care of your finances. So really happy to continue to be a part of the seafarer community and just hope to keep working together and someday be the only and the best choice when it comes to banking for the seafarer community. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Roohi. Thank you for the opening speech. And yes, when we remember, we were cadets and we went out to sea early 90s, and we did not have any other option but to have an account in HSBC. So yeah, it was the only choice we had. And I always say, HSBC has got a legacy in the maritime field. Thank you very much. Now I would like to introduce somebody who actually needs no introduction, but we have a huge global audience watching this event. And to them, I would like to introduce Captain Naveen Passey. Captain Passey joined T.S. Dufferin in the year 1970 to 72 batch and did his apprenticeship with Jayanti Shipping and Shipping Corporation of India. He sailed in SCI till 1978 and then joined Wallem Ship Management as chief officer in 1978 and subsequently got command in 1982. Thus began his illustrious career in Wallem as he was appointed the port captain in the year 1997 and finally settled ashore as director of Wallem India in 2003. Captain Passey took over as managing director of Wallem India in 2004 and served in this position till 2017, after which he served as the chairman till he superannuated in 2019. He has served FOSPA and FMIRO as its chairman for 3 consecutive years and 3 consecutive terms, and was also the global head of the Wallem Foundation. Apart from this, he has held various other leadership positions in the industry as follows: Vice Chairman IMEC, Chairman Norwegian Business Associations of India, Member Government of India's Task Force on Infrastructure Development and Mega Projects, Director ICSW Asia, Member of Government of India's Seafarers Welfare Board, former member of Advisory Board Asia DNV Sea Skills Committee, member of several Indian parliamentary and ministerial committees on shipping-related matters, panel member of several trade delegations and conferences, trustee of the Maritime Floating Staff Welfare Trust. Captain Passey has been one of maritime industry's biggest names and continues to serve as mentor to the FOSMA board. He is the current chairman of the Maritime Floating Staff Welfare Fund. Sir, thank you very much for coming to inaugurate the Future Skills Maritime FSM 2020. I now would like to invite you to say a few words to the global audience. A large number of students will be watching this, and I know you're personally a mentor to most of them, lots and hundreds of seafarers across the world. May I now invite you, sir, for a few words?
Thank you. Good morning, Shoukat. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all the people who are listening in on this throughout the world. Let me just say a good day to you all. First of all, Shoukat, for all those various positions and the various titles that you've read out, thank you. It has been an honor always to do some justice to that. But basically what I want to add is I was and I will always remain basically a simple seafarer at heart. That to me is the biggest title that you can give me. So welcome to everybody who's listening in on this. It is my privilege, it is my pleasure to be here with you today at the Future Skills Maritime Global Virtual Conference 2020. Thank you for inviting me to be here and be a part of this, because this is where the future is headed. Recent debates about the future of jobs have mainly focused on whether or not they are at risk of automation. Research on future skills is the current hot topic of the day, with fundamental changes in the job market due to a number of powerful drivers. While many studies focus on the changes brought through digital technologies, they relate future skills directly to digital skills, which, as important as they are, only represent one side of the future skills coin. While growing from student to employee is a long journey, the journey may not be the same for every individual and every generation. Our way of imparting education and learning also have changed dramatically, so much in the last 3 decades. And I can tell you that you can put aside all of that 3 decades and what has happened in the last 6 months has been totally earth-shattering. The changes that have been necessitated, that have been brought about, and the way that humanity has coped with this is truly admirable. With the advent of computers, internet, and its access and acquiring of knowledge and information on any topic through various sources, we have started disrupting our classroom learning experience. Today, acquiring of knowledge and information about anything is possible through internet. It's accessed from one place or any place at all, from one time to any time and anywhere, from one computer to multiple computers to tablets and mobile devices. I think the younger generation, they are so adept today at acquiring information that it's almost a second brain that functions for them outside of their virtual reality kits. It has started disrupting various business models and impact on economic outcomes, and is going to impact education and learning in a huge way going forward. It is only going to increase its penetration and disrupt very age-old ways of educating and learning. While we all embrace technology and accept that change is a way of life, however, are we forgetting our very roots from where we have emerged? We need to ask this question to ourselves as we tread on the path of digitization and globalization. Over the next 2 days, you will have a very eminent panel of people who bring about experience, who bring about knowledge sets, who bring about their own skill sets, and who will be telling us on the way forward. Me, as an old timer with my gray hair, I have one basic fundamental, that no matter where science and technology and digitization and the very best of artificial intelligence goes, none of this will matter if we don't have two basics that go with it: humanity and attitude. I think in every platform where human beings are going to be involved, these two elements must go together hand in hand, because without them, we will fail in the basic fundamentals of our life. I think if we have emergence and a healthy sort of balance on AI, on attitudes, on the right skill sets, I think we all come out as winners. Future employees will no longer want to wait for universities to offer them the right courses. While some autonomous institutes have started new subjects on new technologies, they perhaps lack on relevant content, on the lab environment to develop the required skills in these technologies. They want to be able to get information online when they need it, at any place and at any time. They are keen in learning online about new technologies. While very few do register for such courses, most of them are not sure which course to register online. Top space where institutions are lacking perhaps is academic infrastructure, basic guidance, industry and practical exposure, foundation knowledge on new technologies, proper assessment certification, etc. Our very own experience in FOSMA in the institutes, when the pandemic set in, all the students had to go home. There was a shutdown period, but human resilience being what it is, there was a quest for reacquiring or getting back into the classrooms, into knowledge. And I must say that the great sort of teams that there have been around not just the Indian maritime industry, but supported by IMEC, supported by ITF, supported by all of the partners in the maritime industry, they came together and came about with solutions. I must also congratulate the administration, both on the Indian maritime scene as well as on the IMO side, for having very quickly adapted to the changing scenario and kept the wheels of motion going forward in adapting new regulations, in the regulatory process, in the technological process. And I think we are at a pace where we are keeping up with the basic fundamentals. Isn't it ironic that in this age when we are discussing the rapid fire from a technology onslaught on one hand, and on the other, we still have ships running without internet on board? This is something that we need to get down to. Owners, managers, everywhere around the world, guys, we need to see that what we provide on the ships today, put ourselves on board the ships and think, what is it that I can do more for my seafarers? At the end of the day, those are the people who are not just the essentials of keeping the wheels of motion going, but they are the essentials, what I talked about, the humanity. They are far removed from their families. They have been stuck on board. We've done a lot of stuff to try to bring them home. But if we provide them the best of technology, if we provide them with the best of skills, I think the advantages are going to go to better performance, to better ship handling, to better relationships between the shore and the ship side. We must bring about this, and we must try to do as much as we can for our seafarers on board. We must be prepared for the future, and to do that, we must understand what the future is. Will there be enough employment in the future? And if so, what will that work be? Which occupations will thrive and which ones will decline? Where are the changes required? Where is technology headed us? Where can we take advantage of the technology? By one popular estimate, 65% of children entering primary schools today will ultimately end up working in completely new jobs that don't even exist yet. Having said that, now I want to come back to the platform which we are gathered here today. I want to congratulate the Naval Connection. I want to especially congratulate Shoukat, Captain Shoukat Mukherjee, and on the thought that this was necessary, on thinking along these lines, and then bringing this whole important, panels and forums together. It's not easy, believe me, and I know that. I know that the various, forget about the time zones, but it's just getting availability of people, bringing them all together on a common platform is so difficult. Shoukat, well done on this, and I congratulate you on the hard work that you put in. I would also like to congratulate the various speakers, the panelists, the people who are going to moderate the sessions for having given up their time and having come together to bring about this all-important function over here. I am told that participants have registered from more than 30 countries across the world. And this makes it really, really good and important because we have a blend of thinking, a blend of the various ideas from around the globe to see what we can do to take this forward. India is huge, not just in size and not just in population. It is mammoth in terms of technology startups which are mushrooming in the country. We must be selective. We must be thorough. We must be good. We must separate, the chaff from the sheaf, and then we take this forward as a strong platform that we can present to the globe. We see a vision where Indian companies will innovate and find its way all corners of the world, providing technology services in all domains of business. Shoukat has had a very long relationship with FSM going over the years. I know him even before he entered, the organizational sort of skills that he's doing today. He, in fact, did a very grand 30th anniversary show for FSM. Thank you, Shoukat. On the same, while I'm at it, let me also say a word about HSBC. I'm not plugging HSBC also, but I am one of your premier customers, Roohi. What you rightly said was HSBC has always been associated with seafarers, and I can tell you that they've reached out and gone above and beyond the call of duty on so many occasions, and I know that personally. So thank you on behalf of all the seafarers, and thank you for doing what you are doing. I'm sure that the Future Skills Maritime FSM 2020 will work and become a path-breaking initiative to inspire and motivate great work, not only in the field of automation, but also in the field, as I said, of human capital management for the future. It's all about attitude and aptitude and humanity. Let's take this forward. I welcome you all to this event for 2 days of thought leadership sessions. I see global organizations participating in this event. We have IMEC, we have ITF, NI, MNTB UK, and of course our own Indian organizations. We have FOSMA, FAMIRO, MASA, NUSI, IMU, MUI. And over the decades, I have worked closely with most of these institutions, and I know that all of them have the best interests of the seafarers in their mind while drafting policy, while making decisions that affect the lives of the seafarers on a daily basis. And for the seafarers, before I close, I'd like to say and repeat to you a few words written more than half a century ago by our great Indian poet, Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, when knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Now, in my capacity of chief guest for the occasion, I would like to declare Future Skills Maritime FSM 2020 officially open, and I congratulate the participants. I congratulate everyone who is here. Thank you very much, and namaste.
Namaste, sir, and thank you very much for declaring the FSM 2020 open, for your kind words and the very motivating speech. And of course, thank you so much for ending that note with Tagore. And I would like to tell everybody who's there at the lounge, as well as hearing our event now and globally on Facebook and YouTube, we have a huge session coming up, and the panel discussion number 1 would be starting from 11 o'clock. So after this, right after this, we will meet you and invite you to come up to the different booths. Please, you can take the most out of this this amazing platform that we have created. Please go and visit the lounge. You can sit down and leave any table, or you can join any table, meet up with colleagues and friends and seafarers. Please visit the arena, and we have set up booths there, HSBC and Ocean Technologies and ARI booths. Please go, and you can have a one-on-one discussions and clear your doubt with the representatives of all these organizations in their respective booths. At 11 o'clock, don't forget to tune in to the next session, and the next panel discussion would be on rethinking maritime education. We have Dr. Malini Shankar, who will be providing the keynote address, and she is the Vice Chancellor of the Indian Maritime University, and also the Chairman of the National Shipping Board. We will have Mr. Deepak Shetty, who is the former Director General of Shipping. He will be moderating that session, and then as a panelist, we'll have Mr. Abdul Ghani Sarang, and Secretary of the NUSI, Mr. Uday Purohit. He is the Chairman of the Indian Marine Engineers Association of India, President, Captain Pradeep Chawla, of course, MD, and a big name in maritime training, MD of QSHSC and from Anglo Eastern. And we will have Prabhat Nikam, and Captain Prabhat Nikam was the founder of Maritime Trainers Guild, and he is also the director and principal of Chitkara Maritime University. So don't miss that. We will all meet you at the sessions at 11 o'clock. Join in to hear us live here, as well as on the platform, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. So have a great day, and we will join you in over the next 2 days for thought leadership sessions. Sir, thank you very much again for declaring FSM open, and we will keep you posted on all that's happening in the next 2 days. Thank you, Roohi, and let's engage right now and go to your HSBC lounge, HSBC booth in the arena. Right? Thank you. We end the session now. Off to the next session. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.